Here's the story of how fish found his inner voice. Just like fish, we all have that inner identity that awakens, rises, and sometimes takes over. This video is about the birth and rise of ego in all of us. Welcome to the Astrology classroom, where we make life lessons simple, practical, all with a little help from the stars. If you've been following Fish's journey, we're now at the part where he discovers his identity. But if you're not sure who Fish is yet, I'd suggest hitting pause, going back to the start of the Universe series, and catching up. That way, you'll be all set to dive into this part of the lesson. Fish is happy in his little world, connected and in tune with the ocean. He is well supported and guided by his little group. But then a sudden swirl of current pulled him away. Just like that, Fish was separated, lost, alone, and surrounded by the vast unknown of the ocean. Fish panicked. He had never navigated this part of the ocean on his own before. The comfort of the group was gone. The guidance, the direction, everything felt silent and uncertain. And then something remarkable happened. From deep within him, a small voice began to rise. A new force that had never spoken before. It said, "You can do this. You must survive. You must keep going." That voice became his inner compass, alert, cautious, calculating, driven. It pushed him to pay attention, to make decisions, to protect himself, and to keep moving forward even when he was afraid. That voice was ego. It was born out of necessity. A protector, a guide, a mechanism to help Fish navigate the ocean when he was separated and all alone. The ego helped Fish recognize threats, assess situations, find food, and keep moving until he eventually found his way back to his group. Without it, Fish may have frozen in fear, but ego gave him identity, instinct, and survival drive. The ego is not something to be shamed or silenced. It is a tool that first awakened in us as a response to separation, to uncertainty, and to the need to survive. It emerged when we felt disconnected from the larger system, and it became the voice that kept us moving when everything else felt unknown. So Fish found his group, and he no longer needs to let ego lead all the time. Now he has a choice, to listen to ego when needed, but also to soften, reconnect, and trust the flow of the ocean again. And that, in essence, is the dance between ego and alignment, between inner identity and universal connection. But wait, we are not finished with Fish and his ego yet. After finding his way back to the group, Fish felt proud of his journey. He had survived alone. He had navigated the vast ocean. He had relied on himself when no one else was there. And that meant something, right? Slowly, that little survival voice, ego, began to grow louder. It said, "You did this all on your own. You don't need anyone else. You're stronger, smarter, better." Fish began to believe it. He started to see himself not as the ocean, but separate and different from it. He looked at the other fish and thought, "They didn't go through what I did. They don't understand. I'm special and different." He began swimming ahead of the group. He stopped listening to the gentle rhythms of the ocean. He ignored the signs, the shifts in current, the changes in the environment. Because now he believed he knew better. He started making choices from pride, not presence. He stopped flowing and started controlling. And slowly, things began to go wrong. He swam into unfamiliar territories. He lost his natural sense of direction. He was exhausted again, not just from the current, but also from constantly trying to manage everything on his own. He was disconnected, not just from the ocean, but from himself. He felt lonely, overwhelmed, anxious, and confused, and he couldn't understand why. Now, isn't that what happens to us too? When ego first rises, it helps us survive, protect, and build a sense of self. But when we let it take over, we forget our connection to the universe, to the whole, to the system. We start thinking we're different, separate, responsible for controlling every outcome. We stop listening to our intuition, our inner flow, our universal rhythm. And sadly, that's when suffering begins. Not because the universe is punishing us, but because we've tuned out of the very system that was meant to carry us. We overthink, we overwork, we feel unsupported, lost, anxious, and burdened. And all the while, the universe is still flowing, still offering guidance, still holding space. But we've simply forgotten how to feel it. Like fish. Fish had wandered far. He had spent so much time trying to prove his independence, trying to control his path, that he had lost sight of the ocean itself. His movements had become rigid, his energy exhausted, his mind restless. And then, one day, as he struggled against a current that felt too strong to fight, he finally gave up and stopped. He let himself drift for a moment. He let go of the need to control. And in that stillness, he felt something he had forgotten. The water around him, holding him. The gentle push and pull of the current, guiding him. The same ocean that had always been there, even when he had stopped listening. And Fish realized he had never been alone. It wasn't the ocean that had abandoned him. It was he who had forgotten it. He had fought against the very force that was meant to carry him. And for what? Was it to prove he could do it alone? To hold on to an illusion of control? He had mistaken his ego's voice for his true self. And in doing so, Fish had suffered. But now he was ready to listen again. He closed his eyes, relaxed his body, and instead of fighting the current, he trusted and let himself move with it. His struggle disappeared. The exhaustion faded. And soon, without effort, he was flowing again. And for the first time in a long time, he felt free. Fish's homecoming to the ocean's rhythm is the same journey we all must take when we find ourselves lost, stuck, or disconnected. We must connect back to the flow. But what is the flow? How do we find, recognize, and align with it? How do we let it carry us toward the life we're meant for? Flow is the natural movement of life. A rhythm, a current, a direction that life is constantly taking. It's not chaotic, it's not random, it's intelligent, it knows where it's going, it has purpose. Flow happens when we stop forcing, stop resisting, and start trusting. We can recognize when the right opportunities show up. Decisions feel clear. Your energy feels supported, not drained. You feel present. You feel guided. You feel like you're in sync with something greater than yourself. Here are 3 signs you can check if you are in flow right now. 1. You're still taking action, but you're not burning out. Things move forward without constant resistance. There's a sense of ease, even during challenges. You're working with life, not against it. 2. You know what to say yes to and what to walk away from. You make decisions without second guessing. It feels like you're being gently nudged in the right direction. 3. You'll notice little magical moments, the right person calling you, the right words showing up at the right time, things falling into place without force. This is called synchronicity. That's the universe confirming, yes, you're in flow. So do you still lost? Don't sweat, because astrology can help you find your flow. Flow isn't just about emotions. It's deeply linked to timing, energy cycles, and your natural rhythm, all of which astrology can help you understand. Your unique cosmic map can help you to understand how to process life, when to push, when to pause, when to let go. It helps you see which direction your inner current is moving, so you're not swimming upstream when the tide is meant to carry you elsewhere. In the next lesson, we'll take this even further and explore how your birth chart can help you identify your personal rhythm, the flow that's uniquely yours. So if you're enjoying this journey, please like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon to stay connected. Your support helps keep this classroom alive and growing. Until next time, stay in tune, stay in flow, and remember, you're not here to force life, you're here to dance with it.